Spurs rolled on Tuesday in Los Angeles looking for their 5th consecutive victory. Wembanyama was unbelievable in L.A. We have 37 in the first half. Steph Curry out in this one. Draymond down low, so clever with it. Gets Wemby off the floor, bucket and the foul. Warriors up 14. Dylan Harper, speaking of clever, well done there. Spurs down 7. We now move late third. It's just a 2-point lead up top. Harrison Barnes to Keldon Johnson. Spurs within 2. De'Aaron Fox. Next possession as the clock and quarter wind down. Brand new ball game, tied at 94 heading into the last dozen. Early fourth, it's Wembanyama to Barnes. Patient. Takes it to the rim, and the Spurs lead by 2. Fox will drive. We haven't showed a Wemby bucket yet. Let's fix that. All right. Spurs now up 5. Wembanyama. It's just absurd how big that man is in a catch-and-shoot 3. Remarkable. The lead now double digits. Final minute. Draymond on the turnover. De'Aaron Fox takes it to the rim. He had 27 and 8 assists. And the Spurs win this one by 13. Pistons
under 500. So a great opportunity to stack some wins. But let's pick up the first quarter tape because the Warriors, look, they knew San Antonio were on the back end of a back-to-back, and they tested those young legs. They scored 38 points in that first quarter, shoot 59% from the floor, 38% from the three-point line. And Fezzi, that ball was hopping around with 12 first-quarter assists.
The advantage you have is that they're tired. Your job is to just get the ball and run before the defense can get set. I thought the Warriors did a great job of turning the San Antonio Spurs over, forcing them to shoot threes, getting stops, and every time you got a rebound right there, you just run and go get a layup. Great pass right here by Brandon Pajemski. I thought he was fantastic to start this game. Also, Gary Payton Jr., just great energy to start this game.
Yeah, I think the Warriors had a nice strategy of attacking the paint, but not necessarily trying to score there because of Wembanyama's shot blocking. But in turn, I thought they got to the paint enough to open up high-quality shots. They made 16 threes. They didn't shoot a great percentage, but the 37 assists tell you that ball was moving. Everyone was playing together. And when you have a guy like Wembanyama, you've got to move that ball side to side, try and get him out of the paint, and then attack.
I thought Draymond had a solid start to the game. We'll talk about his overall game, but he set the tone in that first quarter with the all-around numbers there. But the Warriors now dropped to 5-1 when they scored at least 38 points in the first quarter. And the reason why was because of that third quarter run by the San Antonio Spurs. The Warriors with 6:25 left in the third quarter were up 16, Mully, 86-70. They were rolling. And Victor Wembanyama's on the bench, and San Antonio, next thing you know, turned on the Jets, a 9-0 run. They end that third frame on a 24-8 run to tie the game at 94 apiece.
Well, we talked a little bit pregame about the San Antonio bench and their depth. I thought Dylan Harper was amazing. Kendall Johnson was big time. And Harrison Barnes, Fez, your old teammate there, they all came up big because a few of the starters had rough nights. Champagny 0 points.
Yep.
Castle had an off night, just 8. And Vassell had 8 points. So those 3 starters didn't have their best games, but those 3 players of the San Antonio Spurs. And the fact that the Warriors looked like they just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, 15-5 run to start the fourth quarter for San Antonio to take control of the basketball game. But you see this graphic here, Fezzi. It's tough to pull it out on a night like this when you don't have a Stephen Curry and Kristaps Porzingis. But this is something they could look at at the end of the season if they don't finish in the top 6, saying we blow a lot of games when we're leading by double digits, including tonight.
Yeah, this is a game where the San Antonio Spurs, their bench, which is also a top 10 bench, top 10 scoring bench in the NBA, they came in and they brought the energy. This is a back-to-back. And the fact that Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes off the bench, all these guys came in and had big games. And these games came when the starters weren't really having a good game. They brought the energy, and that energy came from attacking. The athleticism. You saw the lob dunks. You saw Luke Cornett, Vanderbilt legend. You saw Luke Cornett getting a dunk. Like, these are guys that came into the game. This is a deep team, and they're a championship team. And this is what it takes to win a game like this. For the Warriors, this is a game that you're excited about because the bench is actually playing starter minutes. So the Warriors bench, they just didn't have enough depth, enough energy because you kind of depleted the whole team. But when you have Steph come back, when you have Kristaps come back, there's going to be an infused energy, and they can play off of stuff like this. You could take a game like this, and you feel like you can build off of this.
57 bench points for San Antonio, and during that run, as Fezzi mentioned, Wemby's on the bench. Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes really took it up a notch. And that's what you want to see from championship teams.
No question. And the fact that I mentioned the 3 starters had off nights and those 3 guys come in, it was integral to that win. If they don't play like that, they don't get the win. And the other point stick out, Bonte and Fezzi, points off turnovers, 15-3, so a minus 12, but only 11 turnovers. Yep. You know, the Warriors forced 9, but only got chance points. Yep. It was 25-17. But again, I thought they played a really good game. This was a high-level NBA basketball game. The free throws was a big factor, too.
Yep.
You know, the San Antonio getting to the line much more than the Warriors. But I thought it was a high-quality game. I think this is something Steve Kerr could really feel good about going into the break. Mm-hmm. And obviously getting Steph back and Porzingis. This could be something really they can catapult the second. They got 27 games after the break. Something they can really look at the film and build around.
And you get excited to play against the top teams in the NBA. All right, this is a good sign because it shows us there's life. Even with everything going on with the Warriors, the trade recently, the injuries, there is life on this team. And for the bench to come out and play like this, to play hard like this, to give themselves a chance. They turned the San Antonio Spurs over. And they were in the game. They were up 16 in the third quarter. Mm-hmm. But San Antonio is the top team in the NBA. But not just top because of their offense. The offense has been incredible this month. It's their defense. They're ranked 3rd in the NBA defensively. And so with that, it's Wembanyama in the middle. It's Stephon Castle on the ball. Like, they have such athletic, long wings. They just forced the Warriors, like the guys who are not known to be shooters, they've made them shoot. They made GP2 a shooter. And then whoever was attacking at the rim, the length bothered them. They missed a lot of layups, a lot of chippies at the rim. This is what the San Antonio Spurs do, and this is how they got off to their run.
And then the ability to manufacture points. You know, I thought Draymond did an incredible job on Wembanyama. Almost looks like he struggled. But then you look at his box score, he has a heck of a night statistically. But again, the free throws, San Antonio makes 24 to the Warriors 13 made, so a plus 11 from the free throw line.
No doubt. You mentioned Wemby, 8 of 17 from the floor, just 2 of 9 from the three-point line. Ooh. And yet, on an off night, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 block shots.
That's great defense. That's great defense right there.
Some game-altering block shots there, one against Pat Spencer. But he didn't have the three-point shot rolling tonight. The Warriors, for whatever reason, he's still getting his numbers, but Draymond is effective against Wemby, Fezzi.
That's the goal. Like, the only thing and the only chance you have against Victor Wembanyama is to push him out to the three-point line. Like, if he goes 2 for 9, you feel like you win. But at some point, I think he got back to his regular game. You see the lobs. At some point, GP2 was guarding Victor Wembanyama. So they just threw the ball up. He catches it, keeps it high, and dunks it. This is the advantage of having a guy who's 7'6" on your team. And Victor's played to his strength in the second half.
Well, I think one of the adjustments Wembanyama has made was not shooting that many threes. But I think the reason he was shooting those threes was Draymond pushed him out there. He was being physical with him all night long, and I think he kind of took the easy way out sometimes. He didn't want to go down there and battle. Now, he wound up having a good game and being a big-time player in this win, but Draymond really all night long, anytime he was in the paint, was really physical. Even on the out-of-bounds play, just kind of hand wrestling with him. Even that play, he went out and shot a 3. So the fact that Draymond got him off the block and shot a bunch of threes, that was one of the factors in keeping that game close.
Let's bring up the Draymond Green tape because he had been struggling. We chronicled it. Once Jimmy Butler tore his right ACL, Draymond had been at minus 43 when he was on the floor with the Golden State Warriors, plus 7 when he was off the floor. Well, tonight he was rolling. The second double-double of the season. This was vintage Draymond Green. Now, the three-point shot wasn't rolling, but I still love the aggressiveness. 14 FGAs, Fezzi. 17, 12, and 8. He was flirting with a triple-double tonight. By far one of Draymond Green's better games in the last couple weeks.
This is the Draymond Green that I know. The Draymond that's aggressive, that will find different ways to get you a win in the game. And I thought he was effective. I thought he was aggressive. He was attactive, Victor Wembanyama. I mean, this right here, I love this shot for Draymond. I love that little short push shot. He's going to get those over the floor of the game. And I think right now, especially with no Steph, Draymond Green, he has to be aggressive. If he's going to be effective on the floor, his job, every time the defense sees Draymond, they try to sag off of him. You got to make them pay. And I thought he did a good job of that, hitting those threes. I thought he did a good job setting screens and rolling. I thought he did a good job looking at the rim. And then he was battling Victor Wembanyama. How did Mully say? He said he was hand wrestling what are they playing? The tiki-tac?
Yeah.
Whatever it was that he was doing right there, being physical on Wemby, that was the most important part. That was the thing he brought to the game.
And just 2 turnovers after he committed 7 Monday night against Memphis.
With 8 assists, 12 rebounds. And I thought the Warriors needed this game, to play a game like I thought Draymond needed a game like this. And in watching him tonight, he just played the game. What was in front of him, he made the right play. He didn't shoot all the shots. He could shoot every time down if he wants because he's always open. But good decision-making, aggressive when he needed to be. His defense was on point, both individually and as a team defender. And to me, not predetermining what he was doing in the possession. Sometimes you can almost see when Draymond comes across the court, he's going to pass. I thought tonight he was unpredictable, kept the defense honest, and I thought this was a game important for Draymond to play like this going into the break.
Well, one starter for San Antonio who had it rolling with his efficiency on both ends of the floor, De'Aaron Fox, the former Sacramento King. And he made some smooth jumpers tonight. Before the half, he had a nice little 18-footer over Draymond Green, 27 points, 11 of 16 from the floor, 8 dimes, 3 steals. He completes San Antonio. If you get Castle, Fox, Wemby on the same page, they will be hard to beat in the 7-game series. Then you add in Dylan Harper off the bench. A perfect mentor for Dylan Harper is De'Aaron Fox, the wily veteran.
The former All-Star out of Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox is so tough, man. When he comes off a ball screen, he's looking to score. That he makes you respect him because he has that short shot. The 3-ball was rolling tonight for him as well. Every time they got into a lull, they just looked to De'Aaron Fox to make a play, and he is that veteran guard for them that brings that edge to their team.
I mean, De'Aaron Fox has got to be one of the toughest guards to guard in the league. He's got blow-by speed. He can knock down a 3. He's got a beautiful mid-range game. He's got a floater. He's always organizing that team. I mean, he's one of my favorite players to watch. To me, he's a great, great guard.
Two-way player. This is why San Antonio is a factor in the Western Conference. They've won 6 games in a row. And maybe, just maybe, this is a